I don't even remember the thumbnail. Have to replace it.
Okay,
We're live. Hey, everybody over there in podcast land. Welcome. We're going to do episode 131 of Brunomics. We're going to be talking about the best armors. Give us one more second as we finish up our preparations for the show. I don't know how you guys been this week. It's been a long week. We're recording Friday. I don't like recording on Friday, if anything, just because it seems like we're always tired because of the long week. But I also think it's better than getting, absolutely hammered and then going to work on Monday.
Fucking rip roaring and ready to go.
Yeah?
Oh man, that is breathing hard.
Okay.
Hard.
Is that your computer?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's got heat issues.
Apparently.
It's hot in this room, man.
No, it's not just my computer that does it.
No.
It's a lot of work it does. Like
Yeah.
your computer's having a struggle.
I'm doing YouTube and recording and live streaming to the TV and all this stuff so we can see this. Real quick, so that I don't have to look it up during the show. What is the first beer that we're going to be drinking? Is it the Of Love and Regret?
Yes.
Okay. The less typing I have to do, the better. It's from Stillwater Artisanal.
Yes.
Okay, and this is the 2020 version. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what the second beer is?
Probably the
Hazy, the big hazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll finish on the 90 shilling.
Or should we go? No, let's finish on an IPAs because those are a little bit more intense on the palate. So we'll do 90 shilling after this, and the Mother Earth one, and then finish on there.
What is the name of the Mother Earth one? Just so I can type it in. Apologies.
Project X. Hello, world. Oh, hi, Mark.
That's not it. It's not Project X. Something else.
That's what it says on the can. Alone in Space.
Alone in Space. Thank you. Very different than.
I think the Project X must be a series.
Yes. And the last one that we're gonna do is the. What? It's the Sun River Brewing Hazy. But I don't. It's like Life Above. Yeah.
Above Hazy.
Cool. All right, I got them all. Cool. And
Let's boogie.
Are we recording?
Thank you, YouTube. Oh yeah, we're recording
shit.
up there. All right, so I just need a countdown, or I'll give you the countdown. That's what I'm doing.
Motherfucker.
I should know this.
Trying to help you, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Do you remember that video with that crazy old lady in Walmart? Turns out she was right all along.
I'm trying to help you.
Repent your sins, motherfucker.
And we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody out there in podcast land.
Sorry. Figured I'd check you out right now.
My dick. What you need, boo? You good?
You good? You good?
I'm almost good. Give me 1 second.
I wasn't fucking asking you.
It was not towards you, actually. It was not towards you. I just
Test loud. Sorry. Delete.
Shit, this has been going for 16 minutes.
deleted.
Heck is going on? There we go.
I just stopped that last one because it's going for like 16 minutes and just redid it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
It won't be 16 minutes of bullshit.
All right. And we are going live in 3, 2, 1.
Are we live now, Will?
We are now live.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Brunomics podcast, episode 131. I'm Jerry.
I'm William.
I'm Vic. I'm Paula.
Hope everybody's had a damn good week. We will say we will, just to make this conversation go by a little bit faster. This is going to be a fun one. This episode is going to be all about the coolest fictional
armors.
Super excited about this episode. I'm surprised we haven't covered this before, actually. But, Paula came up with this episode title, and we were like, oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer. We can do that right now.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. I think I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. We got some pretty good love out there from the Brew Crew throwing their thoughts and opinions and shit out. So thank you for your input. We'll get to that in a bit. But first, some top of the show news here. We are about to announce our winner of the Mad Swede giveaway. We announced like a month ago. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was busy. Went on vacation. Just sometimes things get lost. So
here we go. He's shuffling the hat.
who wants to draw?
Shuffling.
Vic or
Shuffling.
PK, please draw.
Okay, I'll reach around. Nice, long, strong arms.
It's a great reach around.
MCK1345.
That's from Instagram. That is Chris McKenzie.
Yay!
He's actually on another podcast. I'll give them a shout out. And if you're watching live, this is the hat you get to win, Chris. Yay, good for you. Or get a win, just one. He is out of Florida, but him and another guy, his name's Denny Luce. They have a great podcast called Tap the Craft.
Yep.
Which is all about beer. They are not pop culture like we are, or even industry news like our friends on the last podcast. It's all beer. It's all beer.
It's all beer.
These guys, Tap the Craft, is beer education, essentially. So if you want to learn about how beer is made, what certain hops have certain flavors and malts and stuff, these guys are really good. And it's not like boring. They actually bring some cool life to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, congrats, man. I'll contact you, and then we'll go from there. And then stay tuned. If you didn't win that one, we're going to have another one that we will post. We're going to have one specifically for Facebook and one specifically for Instagram. Feel free to join both. You should if you're a cool person. For White Dog, it's a hat, a pint, a sticker, and or a pint glass, a sticker, and a buy one, get one on a beer. So if you go down to White Dog, you buy a beer, you get a free one. So follow us on all things social media. That way you can check that out whenever it drops.
Also, we have a event. We amazingly have an event, even in this day and age. 2C Family Brewing is doing a Lager Fest on Friday, September 11th. It should be starting in the afternoon. They're going to have live music and everything else like that. And they're going to feature 9 different breweries, all of them lagers. It'll be a really good way for you to actually discover some of the craft beer lager that, which is way better than what you're probably going to get with any kind of domestic.
Industrial lagers.
Yes.
And back to so that'll be pretty fun. Hopefully we'll see you guys down there, assuming we're still allowed to by then. Who knows? Things change minute by minute. But if you haven't, please check out our interview at the Lounge at the End of the Universe series with Dan, one of the co-owners from White Dog. Talk about a bad motherfucker.
Shut your mouth.
He's a cool fucking dude, and he's one hell of a man too. So check that out. Check out White Dog. They're absolutely one of my favorite local breweries. But enough of that.
What do you got for us today here, Jerry? Our first beer of the night. It's very, very well due in time.
So this is courtesy of this handsome brown man to my left, Paula. He brought this over. This is from Stillwater Artisanal. Typically, I like these guys quite a bit. This is Of Love and Regret 2020 series. Sison Ale coming in at 7.2%.
Damn.
PK, do you want to read off what we got on Untapped?
I can't see anything.
Or read very well.
Or read very well as
Okay.
well.
You can read? No.
I can look at pictures.
All right, I'll do it then since I got it up.
Mostly porn.
All right, on Untapped, Of Love and Regret, the 2020 version. This has 407 check-ins with 346 ratings. It is standing at a 3.95 average. So hopefully pretty good. It says a Sison Ale with dandelion, chamomile, and lavender.
Oh, the chamomile. That's the smell. Okay, I couldn't figure that out. It's like that. I mean, it smells like a Sison, but there's definitely something. Saison.
I love the color of the label too. That's like one of my favorite greens.
Yeah, it's like
It's like lime.
kind of
but-
some abstract art of three people
Yeah.
together. One's holding a knife. Somebody's about to get fucking stabbed.
Well, it's of love and regret. There's
Mhm.
some passion there, man.
And maybe some murder.
I've never regretted stabbing somebody.
Me either.
I made a choice.
I only did it the one time, and he definitely had it coming. I'd do it again.
I know that guy.
Should have
Yeah.
stabbed him another time.
I stabbed that guy too. I felt the need to.
I kicked him in the dick.
Oh.
It was a weird night.
It was a
Yeah,
weird
we were
night.
really mad that guy.
It's a solid Tuesday. Yeah.
Before I met you guys.
Except I'm not joking. I'll actually tell you guys the story later.
Sounds great. It'll be our Brunomics after hours.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of this?
Interesting. A little tart. Got kind of did that back of the ear hit, like when something's really tart or sour, that'll get you. I just got that from this one.
It smells really sweet. That's probably the chamomile.
Maybe a sweet tart. Nah, definitely not. It does. Yes. Smells like Sison. It's definitely a farmhouse. Nice, beautiful look to it. I mean, that would be my guess of what type of beer it is, because there's very little effervescence, not like you'd see from like a hazy or something like that. Just kind of chilling.
Super
there.
light.
Very light, very low head on this too. I kind of even poured it heavy and we didn't get much. So low on the carbonation side, which in my opinion, beers like this should be.
I'm picking up a little bit of like almost like that kind of Belgian taste that you would normally get, like almost
Mhm.
like coriander or something like
Mhm.
that, but it's not coriander.
So you say you said what? Dandelion,
Dandelion, chamomile, and lavender.
chamomile,
is what
and
is
lavender.
listed on Untapped.
All in all, pretty. Though I've never had dandelion before, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. But well, I know what a dandelion is, not what it tastes like. Probably when I was a kid, I ate one like an idiot, like we all do. But all in all, I would say pretty gentle flavors. I'm not getting really any lavender.
I think lavender is such a subtle flavor. It's
Mhm.
really hard to grab that one.
It kind of has to be your primary.
Really does.
It's really hard to compete with others. 7.2, I like it. It doesn't sit super heavy, but it's not like I'm not hard.
Yeah.
I'm pretty soft.
I would for the 7.2 low. I don't taste the ABV, which is
Mhm.
interesting. Like it's got a very strange mouthfeel. It's very Cody to me. Just kind of feeling it in my mouth. It's just Cody. I'm not mad at
You
it
don't like
though.
feeling Cody in your mouth?
I don't like feeling Cody in there. Yeah.
Well, to what Vic has said, I actually like the way it creams my tongue. Ayo.
Heyo.
And when I drink this and when I smell it, I think of springtime.
Oh, totes, man.
You know, like I
Totes.
want to be running in a fucking meadow with the sun shining and I'm wearing my best Sunday dress.
Dude, I was already there. I was wearing my Sunday hat that I got after the horse races that day. Yeah, I had a mint julep earlier. It was fantastic. Just running through free as a bird. It was great. But I'm not mad at the mouthfeel on it either, though. I wasn't saying it in a negative way. I dig it.
So it's like some kind of combination between like My Fair Lady and the Sound of Music.
What's the sound of music?
So the Nazis, right?
Yes.
It's the one where she's up in the Swiss Alps running through the meadow.
With the Von somethings.
Von Trump kids or something. Like that. I don't know.
I had to bring it back.
Quite what it is.
PK, what did you pay for this beer?
Like $5.70 per beer.
per 16
Per
ounce?
can.
Wow,
Yeah.
well, thank you. That's
That,
quite
I mean,
saying something.
Stillwater is not a cheap brewery. They are artisanal.
Yes,
Didn't know.
they describe themselves as such.
That's custom for you folks out there.
that's craft above craft.
So it's fine, man. I'd get. I guess we'll start rating it. I don't want to go yet.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I think this is a 4 for a farmhouse ale. This is great. It's not too funky. It's not sour. It's not giving me any kind of punker. It has a little bit of light tartness, but I feel like that just brings on that essence of spring. I really like this beer. I like the German quality that I mentioned earlier before. I think this is fantastic for a saison ale, personally.
All right. Saisons are one of my favorite type of beers. Personally, I would rather have a Powderhouse Saison or a 2C1. I think they're better. And I don't like my Saisons being fucked with weird flavors like dandelions and camomiles and lavenders. Just give me a good, clean, well-made Saison. However you want to pronounce it. Give it a 3.25.
Okay.
Right on. I think for me, this is the definition of just a farmhouse, ale. I love everything about it. It does make me want to fucking skip Happily holding hands with you. In
You
fact, yeah.
You
That would
skipped to your
definitely-
loot, dude.
That would definitely jump up my rating.
There
We're
you
gonna
go.
hold hands and skip with you.
Well, there you go. We can do it now. We should do it later. 3.75.
Not much skipping room in this podcast. 375.
Mhm.
All right.
Are you gonna make me erase your rating, Jerry?
No.
Okay. Vic.
Yeah, he didn't get a skip yet. We can't change it.
Okay.
Yeah, so at a 3.95 average rating, I'm gonna give this a 3.5. Honestly, I love a saisons myself. I'm with JB on this one. I want more of a pepper quality. I want more of a spicy nature to it, more of a saison quality, and that's what I'm missing here. The dandelion is just, it's very smooth, it's very gentle, and I would enjoy this on a very, very fantastic Thursday night, just hanging out. But I want a little more spice to it. 3.5.
Yeah, and that's part of what's doing. I know they are artisanal, but at $5.75 a can, again, that you get a local one that's
Also,
just as
yeah.
good, if not better, for substantially less than this.
Yeah, that
Keep a
price
few
point.
dollars in your pocket.
That price point is not a help either with that drinkability.
But still not bad. Still
Not
not a bad
bad.
beer at all.
Not bad.
Great label, great color. you know.
Lovely.
It's still a Sison, I suppose, but yeah. Moving on. Let's talk about a favorite motherfucking armors.
Who's gonna say Iron Man first?
I forgot about Iron Man on my list.
What?
So...
Blasphemy.
Yeah.
I personally didn't put him on there because I knew we could just like off the cuff it.
It could be a
but I
whole
mean,
episode, yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah. I mean, so do you guys have like a favorite one? We don't necessarily need the actual like mark name, but like what movie that you remember, like
Yeah,
the design?
I've always been a sucker for the Iron Patriot.
That's pretty
I
solid.
love that fucking
That's a
armor
great
too,
armor,
bro.
dude.
Yeah,
More
the red, white, and blue.
the comics, not the MCU,
Yes.
but specifically the comic version that was made for Captain America.
The one that was made for Captain America
Mhm.
in particular.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Not for El Presidente.
I would have to say the Iron Man armor in the first Avengers movie, the one before, not the one that like adapts to his little wrists, you
Mhm.
know, but the one with the true triangle look to it, with the wrist lasers and stuff like that. I thought,
I like the one he starts out the Avengers film with.
yes,
Nice.
yes. Yeah, the one where he and Thor and Cap all kind of go at each other. I really like that suit. I feel like it's extremely classic Iron Man, even if it doesn't have the round, what do you call it?
Arc
The
reactor?
chest RT. Yeah.
the arc reactor. Yeah. So I don't know. BK, I'm going to shoot the ball over to you. What do you got next?
Well, I think you guys know this. I think I've said it already to the Brewnomics Brew Crew, but I love the 9 comic book Iron Man with all the muscles and abs and pecs.
Classic.
It's classic,
Classic,
man.
dude.
That fucker just rolled around. He made that suit intentionally be like, I'm going to be ripped all day, every day. You know, like the guy comes in, he works out, or his armor does. And that's my favorite Iron Man armor. Secondly, I love the suitcase armor in Iron Man 2.
Also
Because that
great.
scene was
So
just
good.
amazing. Like, oh my gosh, guys.
One of my favorite armor up scenes right there, man. That's a plus.
And the suit doesn't really do shit, really. You know, it protects them.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of it-ish.
Sort of.
Ish. Yeah.
It's got a repulsor blast on there, you know.
It was dope though when they fucking put it on. It was amazing.
It was. I actually just rewatched that movie. It's super awesome. I love it.
I'm about to go through, well, whenever I fucking have time, the whole
Whole MCU again.
MCU again in
I did that earlier this spring.
chronological order.
I did that as well. Like first week of quarantine. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of those movies. So
They're worth it.
I'm happy to get back
They
to
hold
them.
up.
I know some of them are going to be rough.
Yeah,
All in all,
you'll get through it.
we'll probably live.
Oh my gosh, you'll be fine.
I
Yeah.
love the, again, comic book version of the Extremist, like the nano armor that he builds into his body. I thought was super cool. Not the comic book or the MCU one, but
The Extremist like
Yeah.
comic. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my favorite armor, honestly. That is like one of the first like thorough Iron Man comics that I read, and I was not disappointed. That was a fantastic graphic novel.
well, it's partly why I hate the third movie so much.
Oh, because
Oh,
they just
yeah.
fucked
Oh,
it
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, the Bleeding Edge armor came off of the Extremist comic after that.
Yeah.
With the Bleeding Edge armor was in Age of Ultron. How it looked.
Oh, okay.
But the
Oh,
Model
okay.
Prime was an
Oh.
Endgame essentially, because that was a nanite that turned into anything for his suit. You know, he had like swords and he had the booster rockets. That was basically the Model Prime from the comics.
Interesting. That's cool, man.
Nice. That's pretty cool. let's talk about this since we just did Iron Man before we get into anything a little bit more specific down the list, because I know none of you guys wrote this down. What's your favorite Star Wars armor?
The Mandalorian.
Okay.
I really like the pretty much you basically
his
take
second version of the armor when he got his big payday and when he had it rebuilt.
Yeah, where it's all chromed out. Like
Mhm.
you basically took Boba Fett's armor and just dipped it in chrome.
Yeah.
Like that, it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's way cool.
I would just say Boba Fett.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the Death Troopers too.
The
Those
storm-
the
oh,
black
oh, the all
stormtroopers.
blacks.
Those are
Okay.
fucking cool. Looking.
I do have to say though, like the actual Stormtrooper armor, like once that movie came out, you couldn't do like a white, like generic looking like armor or whatever and make it look unique. Like many movies have had trouble doing that since.
Mhm.
I think probably even the biggest one was the Hunger Games. Like they wanted white armor for all of their people, but they had to specifically design it away
to
from
not
the,
look like a fucking
to
stormtrooper.
not look like a stormtrooper.
It's
which
hard
is
not to,
super
man.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
So I mean, because it's just such an iconic armor set. But anyways,
I'd go with like Phasma's armor. That chromed out stormtrooper look, super dope, man. Super
Yeah,
dope.
Boba
pretty
Fett
cool.
2.0 looks cool as shit. Dies like a bitch.
Straight up. It's dope armor though.
I keep always hearing that like they had such better high intentions for that character, and I'm really sad that they didn't make anything more with Captain Phasma.
Yeah, I'm sad about a whole lot of things in that Star Wars series. All of them.
We don't need to go there.
Moving on.
Everybody got sad.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring everybody down.
Pour one out, drink one for your homie.
Whole nother level. Oh my. Yeesh.
Okay. Let's move on with it then. So we can continue with, I don't give a shit. You guys just call it out as you want to call it out. So we're all over the place here with sci-fi, comic books, probably some anime thrown in there.
Maybe a couple video games.
A couple of video games.
Not
It's
much.
Not much. It's really hard sometimes to differentiate between armor versus cyborg or something to that effect, or just a robot. Because that was one thing and I'm not going to call anybody out or anything, but on the Brew Crew, we got a few recommendations from people. I'm like, that's not armor. That's robot.
That's a robot.
That's just a being.
That's a human controlled
Yeah.
robot.
Yeah.
That's a entity in a
So-
walking suit.
So let me ask you guys this. Power Rangers is an armor. Is the big Megazord still considered armor, or are you moving into a vehicle at that point?
I'd consider it a vehicle.
It's a vehicle. Power Rangers does not have armor. Power
Yeah.
Ranger has a uniform. The
Okay.
morphing grid protects them. That's all the sparks when they get hit.
Okay.
But they literally are. They're just wearing spandex. That's their uniform.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I love it, PK. Bring it more.
I guess the helmet
keep
counts.
talking.
The
Helmet
biker
counts.
helmet counts.
Okay.
Yeah, the White Ranger's got his, his shoulder pads
Yeah,
on there.
and that's also fucking foam.
Also
and-
fun.
Because fucking Zordon is cheap.
Yep. Yeah.
Zordon is cheap.
He cuts corners, but he makes it work.
Oh, I love it. And that's the other thing too. It is sometimes hard to differentiate between like what's a suit and what's an armor.
It's tough, man. Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's definitely a vehicle. It's like a Robotech or a
Mhm.
Gundam, like
Mm-hmm.
Like
Where-
Jaeger.
yeah, or Jaeger. I mean,
Ultron.
we're in a weird spot there, honestly.
Right. Like so see, an Ultron, I would say is the Jaeger's another one that is questionable to me.
Questionable.
I consider that to be, because it's the only thing that's protecting them.
Yeah.
I almost consider that to be kind of an armor in its way.
In a way, sure.
There's a sense for all of these, but then no, we're not saying that. We're saying the armor is personally protecting the person itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
you know.
That's
Okay.
a rule.
That's-
All right.
Okay. If that's how we're
Fair.
going to decide this.
Fair.
Said it's a tough one.
I called out our good friend Justin Alexander on Facebook because that guy just blows our nerd minds a little
It's
bit.
like you think we're nerds.
I know. All the props in respect to that guy, because shoot, man.
I don't think he'd be insulted by that.
Oh, heck no. He definitely went with the for his Iron Man pick. He went with the Uru Iron Man armor.
We had a few actually recommendations for the Udara armor,
It's
which
badass.
is badass.
It's
That
great armor.
Yeah,
like
I
just
think
pure silver glowing bad fuck. That one looks
Derek
pretty cool.
Loman also commented the Uru armor,
Mhm.
which that armor is made from the same metal that Thor's hammer is made out of. Correct? Is that how that works?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah.
like I say, I would defer to these.
Uru. Yeah. Yeah. Mjolnir is made of Uru, which is
Okay, so yes.
derived from the
Oh,
wood.
that's right, because it is. It's Asgardian armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's how he fights Thor.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
And
And
also
then
makes a God Killer armor above that, by the way.
Also true.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry if this is a spoiler for anybody else who has this on their list. I think it is. But
Don't say it.
Or we can just all talk about it.
Fuck Justin. I hope he's listening.
That'd be hilarious if he's watching. The Centurions and their armor. He also called that one out too. And I couldn't even remember the name of the cartoon way back in the day.
I will never forget the Centurions. Justin, I appreciate
Centurions.
you. Okay.
Power Extreme.
Yeah.
Power Extreme.
They
I mean,
totally had this on.
you
this
got,
list.
I totally did. Yeah. I just off the cuff this. You got Earth, Air, Sea. Beautiful.
Well, you
Love
got Jake Rockwell, who was his land. You
Of
know, he was
course.
always on the land.
It's in the
always his
name.
thing.
It's in the name.
Max Ray, which always in the water. He was in the water.
Weird.
That's how he
Yeah,
did his thing.
right.
Like a
like a
sea
manta
ray.
ray. And then Ace McLeod.
Gotcha. Guess what?
Who was always
He's in the air.
Always in the
Doesn't
air.
matter.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this.
Oh,
I've never seen a
No.
single episode of Centurion.
No.
Not
You know what?
one.
I'm gonna one up Justin right now because I'm gonna take him to the Silverhawks because that show is fantastic. I remember watching that at my grandparents' house on VHS back in the day. That's a video cassette tape for you millennials. That was one of my favorite shows. It's like a solid anime. Essentially, like it's these like sort of bird-like characters covered in this metallic armor, and it was just the greatest thing ever. If you ever find like an 80s cartoon compilation, it'll show you the intro for Silverhawks, and you will thank me. Like, Vic, I appreciate that you brought this to my attention. I am now a better person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like it's in the intro. It's like partly metal, partly real.
Great theme song.
Silver. Yeah,
I would say it
Gold,
was
dude.
like the members of Voltron, but they were kind of like the G-Force, where they were just able to.
They did.
They're like the Metal Men meets G-Force.
straight up. They had a modular vehicle that they came together, but they could fly and soar in space and skies, dude. It was awesome. I
Going
loved
super
it.
80s right now.
Fucking
Super
great,
80s.
dude. Justin, if you're out there, I know you heard this.
Oh yeah. I love the Ronin Warriors,
Oh, of course, man.
and I
our
love
friend
their
Andy
armor.
Said brought up the Ronin Warriors.
Andy had remembered that FB Lion 86 on Instagram, I believe. He's like, I love the Ronin Warriors, and I love the Ronin Warriors myself. You
I
know,
have
it's
no idea what his handle
it's like
is.
the
I was just like,
samurai
"Yeah."
Power Rangers, if you will.
Yeah.
They're also called the samurai troopers in some occasions. And when they transform, it's the most beautiful fucking thing.
Really?
Man.
It's
Yeah.
great.
It's just everything comes on. So they have like their own exoskeleton, if you will, or a skinnier like exoskeleton uniform.
Like a foundational
Kind of like
base.
the Centurions.
Yeah.
And then when they do their morphing time, everything else comes on. So their shoulder pads, their thigh pads, their boots, their helmet, it all comes on. Plus their samurai weapons, swords, staffs, bow and arrow.
Mhm.
And it was all part of the elements, you know. So they had fire, water, land, light, and strata, which is a stratosphere. And this is free on YouTube. Okay, fucking just Google Ronin Warriors English dub.
Get there.
It's amazing.
All right.
Man,
All right.
I'm such a huge sucker for samurai armor. I mean, that's why I have like it tattooed on me and shit. I've always been fascinated with it ever since I was a little girl. But it's kind of that judo background of mine. It was this samurai art.
Yeah.
It just made me kind of fall in love with the culture. My favorite samurai armor ever, maybe we'll see, as far as like fictional goes, is from Batman Ninja, and I'm talking about Batman.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell
If you have HBO Max or the DC universe, you can watch Batman Ninja, or you can rent it in several places. Movie is beautifully or visually beautiful.
Yes.
It's a bit much for me.
Every
Dude.
anime trope in the book.
That's
is-
so
is-
tropey.
It's amazing.
So
It's
tropey.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
But it is
Yeah.
fun, and the animation is next level cool. Like there's a lot of Batman. For me, it was between Batman Ninja and then
Gotham by Gaslight.
that's the one. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Nice.
Exactly.
It's a great one.
My man. So there are a lot of great Batman armors that you could go with, but those kind of super off the wall ones like the Samurai and the Gotham by Gaslight, that steampunk one. This thing is so fucking cool.
Dude, it was so rad. That's a great pick, bro. I love that so much. I mean, I literally, this movie, I had to relocate. Jerry can attest to that because it was so ridiculous.
Which bit was it where he started as the plane that turned into the car, that turned into the motorcycle, that turned into the roller skates or whatever, or the giant monkey
Monkey Mech.
mech?
Well,
that
from the
popped
roller
out?
skates, it turned into like an exoskeleton. Then he fought Bane. And then, yeah, you go to the end of the movie and then it's absurd even more. Like, that's when I relocated. But that was, yeah, it's
So
absurd.
stupid. I love it.
Absurd. It's ridiculous.
It
I
really
just,
is.
such a great pick, man. I love it.
I got two things to say about that.
Say it.
Not like exactly about that, but to add on to it. Favorite samurai armor besides Ronin Warriors? Silver Samurai.
Noise.
Great
Yes.
choice.
Great
Great
choice.
It's just amazing. Comic book or movie. You know, that was
Oh,
more of
yeah.
a robot.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
the movie
Batman.
was a bit, but the comics are so cool.
The Hellbat armor against Darkseid.
Oh,
Nice call,
he took
dude.
on Darkseid in that fucking armor,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
did it.
You're right. And because the armor for Batman I'm thinking of is like the Justice Buster, where he took on the Justice League as
From
well.
Doom.
Yeah. That
I
was
just rewatched that last night.
the Justice Buster armor is absurd, dude. It like handles every one of the 7 superheroes. It's
Mhm.
fantastic. Yeah, that hell armor though, that was a close second for me.
And not super functional as far as like the other ones go, but something about the Flashpoint Paradox Thomas Wayne armor. Fucking
Ooh,
love that.
also
just
great.
look cool. Just the red eyes, just like so evil.
just the bat in the sun,
Yeah.
like here. Oh, it's glorious, man. It's great.
Do you guys have a Batman suit in the live action movies that you like?
George Clooney, the ice fucking
The
uniform
ice
with the
bat?
silver bat wings. Yeah, and
Everything?
the nips. All day. All day.
Okay.
I love the Keaton 91, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just
the
love
full
Keaton.
rubber suit.
Love it, man. It's one of my favorite armors.
Can I go with Adam West?
Sure
yeah,
can.
of course.
Because
can.
I have that costume in my closet.
It's true, he
Okay.
does.
We have proof of that.
It's
actually,
that we
yeah.
do. There's
I'm
We
Robin,
might-
but I'm buffer somehow.
It's true.
We might need to take pictures after this.
Oh, there
are
There are pictures.
Or find those pictures.
Only
and
crotch
post them.
pics though, which is weird.
Yeah.
That is
Guess
a little
who's
weird.
dick?
Just the bulges.
Just look for the foreskin.
I always
sticking out somehow.
appreciated what they did with like the silhouetting of the Dark Knight armor, where he could like turn his head and everything. Like, I understand that there was a little bit of little bit of pushback from everybody, like going to that armor plating and everything, and it kind of ruined the neckline. But once you look at the actual silhouette of it, it looks just gorgeous.
No, I loved what they did from the Dark Knight series with the armor, because they made the armor functional, realistic. Nolan did a great job with that. But I also love like Affleck when he did the pretty much the mech suit to take on BVS. I think that one's
Yeah,
super
I
underrated,
was
too.
about to say that one. That's a fantastic
that
setup.
that one's even more like Frank Miller style. Like,
That's
yeah.
Oh, it's
exactly what it is.
directly
That's
taken
exactly
out of
what
that
it
one.
is.
Okay.
Cool.
You know what I loved about that scene, or when he was fighting Superman in BVS? Every time he got hit, he was just always like, "Ugh, this hurts," you know, because it would hurt. It doesn't matter how much fucking padding you have in your armor or how
For
thick it
real.
is in the steel.
Yeah,
For real.
you're getting pounded by a fucking god, dude. It's gonna hurt.
I love that. Yeah, he was getting his ass kicked. He's like, I need to get my kryptonite grenade quick.
Man.
Cool. All right. Well, moving on from Batman, then, unless you guys have anything else you want to add. No. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Time for another beer for sure.
What are we drinking? Hey,
Looks like we are gonna have a beer that we thought we had on the show, and this is just an oversight, a technical oversight on our end. So we apologize. We really,
Who the
really.
fuck you apologizing to? They should be thankful they even get a listen.
Yeah, Karen.
Okay.
But it's one of those beers we drink so much, we just assume it would be on the show. But sometimes it's hard because I think, at least for me, and I think we've said this before, we typically try to get beer we haven't had before.
Yes.
That way we can kind of get a genuine reaction. But that's not going to be the case in this one. But yeah, so what are we drinking, Will?
We're drinking the 90 Shillings by Odell Brewing, and the only reason we, thought that we had it on the show is because we've had 9 other 90 Shillings, or I'm sorry, Odell Brewing beers on this podcast before, so we thought we had it on there. but we haven't. So we're gonna have it. We're gonna rate it. I know you can find this beer pretty much, in most of middle of America. I know you can get it up in Seattle. I know you can get it in California. I know you can get it in Oregon,
Pretty common.
Idaho,
For sure.
Colorado, for sure, where they're from. And then I think you could even get it up in Minnesota. I don't know how it's much of a presence they have on the East Coast or Florida, but I definitely know that you can get it mostly throughout America.
Yeah.
It's probably their flagship beer, which is interesting because it's.
So let's read the can here then, because it is coming in at 5.3%. These guys are out of Fort Collin, 90 shillings. Named for the Scottish tax on high-quality beer, 90 shilling is a medium-bodied amber ale with a distinct burnished copper color and a deeply pleasant aroma. We think you'll find our flagship ale brilliantly refreshing and worth every shilling. Well, the one I wish I had, because I found it in Twin Falls at this restaurant when I was working down there, the 180 shilling, the imperial version of this. It was. I was at some restaurant. It was $12.
Oh, shit.
Oh my!
Fuck me, man! But
For a 12 ounce or a 16?
it was a 12-ounce bottle that they poured into a glass for me.
Wow.
This little pizzeria down there that had a good beer
For the
selection
180.
on there
Yeah.
for the 180, and I was like, just got paid. I was bored. I was by myself. I was like, I'm gonna go eat some goddamn good pizza and beer. And then I was
Why
going
not?
through the menu, and I was like, fuck it, let's try it. Oh, it was worth it. It was great beverage.
At $12, I would be a little worried as well, man.
Better be
It
right.
fucking better be good.
I picked up a six pack of this for the typical $9.89 that everything's going for at this moment in the year of our Lord 2020.
Odell's always been very well priced, but that was like a specialty release beer thing that they did. And plus, I was in fucking Twin Falls, so I'm sure it wasn't easy for those guys to get that beer.
Well, this is a beer you find at bars that don't have a lot of craft beer, or even like at a chain restaurant.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I went to fucking Jessica and I were running around doing a bunch of shopping, trying to get shit, and we're like, hey, is that a place with like alcohol that's open right now? Let's go. Got a great burger, and this was the craft beer they had on tap. So I drank me the shit out of some 90 shillings, and so did she.
Nice.
But tell me about the Untapped, Will. What do we got?
Yeah, on Untapped, we have 176,720 total check-ins. And this comes with 103,965 ratings. And it gives an average rating of 3.7, that's a hell of a lot of ratings.
That's amazing. And
That's probably one of the most unchecked into beers on Untapped.
I can tell you right away, because I even without having a sip, because we've had a lot, that's right where it belongs. This is a 375 beer for me all day, every day. It's a great go-to.
Cool. I have a little bit more of the history if you want me to read that.
Sure.
Okay. It says we introduced 90 shilling, our flagship beer, at our opening party in 1989. For a while, we've been wondering what would happen if we lightened up the traditional
1989
Scottish ale. Yes, 1989.
Wow. They've been around for a long time.
The result is a irresistibly smooth and delicious medium-bodied amber ale. The name 90 shilling comes from the Scottish method of taxing beer. Only the highest quality beers were taxed 90 shillings. A shilling was a British coin used from 1549 to 1982. We think you'll find this original ale brilliantly refreshing and worth every shilling.
That's interesting, and I wonder why. So Abraham Lincoln was the first president to tax beer. He taxed it $1 a barrel to fund the war back in the day, and that is never raised or lowered since then.
Yep.
Which I think is awesome.
Well,
A little bit of
rad.
American history there for you.
1918, 1819. They tried taxing whiskey, and this was like the first tax that the American people were gonna do. Maybe it was even earlier
beat the
than
shit
that.
out of them.
And
you tax my whiskey, I will do violence to you.
this is the first tax that was going out to the American people was a whiskey tax. You can imagine the reception of that. But
Great beer every time.
yeah, but still, 90 shilling is great. I have the flag from the Whiskey Rebellion.
That's awesome.
In
What do
my-
you
in my
guys rate
garage.
this?
It's
So I
awesome.
said a 375.
Oh, dude, I'm right there with you. 375. This is a go-to wherever I'm at. If I'm in a spot where I know I can't get a good beer, but there is a 90 shilling there, I'm gonna fucking do it. Sometimes I'll just get it just because I haven't had it in a while. I need to revisit it. It's just a solid go-to beverage. This is a well-crafted beer. Yeah, 375.
Triple down 375. Again, it's a solid go-to, especially if you're in a place that has craft beer, but maybe can't get a lot of craft beer. Like, this is an easy go-to. It also works really well if you're trying to have a beer for a while.
Mhm.
It definitely warms, and the caramel flavor just becomes more intense, and it just evens itself out.
Which is awesome because you don't tend to get that a lot out of ambers. You typically want to drink those on the colder side, but this one has some good flavor.
Yep.
Almost no matter what the temperature.
True. As the temperature evolves, it still has a little more character that develops out of it, which is pretty cool.
We're drinking this one right now at about 50 degrees, and I would say it's even just a little bit too cold for me.
That's probably, I think, right where it belongs.
Yeah, I'm just fine where it's at.
I like
Okay.
that Christmas. Yeah,
Yep.
that's how
Yeah.
I want it.
What do you rate it, Paula?
We are all just, I want to say 98 degrees, but what a rule said beforehand, we were all the same, 3.75.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, if we look at their rating of 3.7 overall, pretty much America agrees on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
100,000 ratings and it's at 3.7. That's pretty incredible to me.
And like I said, that's right where it belongs. That's a wonderful rating for a really good, solid beer.
It's a good go-to.
Do you have any other Brew Crew mentions for the armor? I know on Facebook, I got one from my beautiful little sister, Rachel, that said the fox mask and cape from Princess Mononoke. I don't give a shit what you say. I'm
Nice.
counting it as armor.
That's
Yeah,
it's
so
fantastic.
good.
I
That's so
love
And
it.
I love the Miyazaki universe, so I'm not going to question her one bit. Also,
Kicking
if you
ass.
have HBO Max, not a sponsor, they've got it fucking all on there. I guarantee you haven't seen it all. There's shit that I've never even heard of on there, and beautiful, man. It's
Dope.
awesome. So
Yeah, HBO Max bringing their value. The only one that I didn't name was Lyle Grano, I think is his name. Gave respect and 100% and fire to the armor of Inferno and the swords of fervor. I think this is ties
The
back-
Ronin Warriors. Yeah.
it ties
Okay.
back into Paula's thing with the Ronin Warriors. So that's the only one that I didn't name and give a shout out. But
Thanks,
yeah, man.
Lyle.
Be sure you follow us on Facebook and join that Facebook group because we are active in there. It's fun.
Oh, absolutely.
We have dick pics on our OnlyFans website. So if you guys just come at us. It will be all Will.
all Will's
All
dick.
Will's dick and balls.
But for sure, join the Brewnomics Brew Crew, especially if you ever wanted a place to where you can post your nerd memes, beer memes, articles, podcasts, whatever.
Or anything fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only rule is don't be a dick to each other, and that's something we've never ever had to come even close to enforcing.
We've never
yet,
had
so
to
I really
monitor
appreciate
monitor
that.
our group. Yeah, which is
Yeah,
great.
I've only kicked one or two people out, and that's just like there were some spam account that
Yeah,
joined us or
that's the
something.
only thing I've ever come across was a spam account. And the thing is, I don't even think I kicked him out. I think I just made it so that
Oh,
if
I
they,
kicked him out.
Oh, you
I
did?
told them to go fuck themselves and then kicked him out.
Because I was gonna say all I did was make it so that we had to approve their messages because they posted some kind of spam. So even if you're gonna do that, like we're really lax on rules. Just come join us, have a good time. Do we want to continue and then maybe head over to a quick break?
Oh, I don't need a break. I'm
I'm
good.
good,
Keep going,
but-
man. Okay, so let's go with video game armors because I'm sure there's some.
Come on, bruh.
Come
Come
on,
on.
But
bruh.
there's hundreds.
Sure, but you know, only a few of them that matter on this podcast. You know what my favorite video game armor is? I will give you guys $20 if you can guess, and you each get 3 guesses.
Mega Man.
Great pick though.
Great pick, though.
That's actually one of mine. My own personal. Thank you.
I've got one that I have on my list. So I don't.
What do you
wanna
love
say
about?
it.
Well, before, what do you love about Mega Man, Paul?
It's ever evolving.
Mhm.
He just
Yeah.
becomes a better hero.
Mhm.
Every time he defeats a villain, he's like, I take your powers.
No, yeah. Mega Man.
And he has a metal dog, too.
That's
That
one of
mechanic
those
dog's
ones.
awesome.
There's a handful of them that I'm surprised people did, but I think we should have given this one a little bit more time. We just put it out today, but I was kind of surprised for no Mega Mans, no Batmans, no Samus.
Samus.
That was the one
Bird
I was
people.
going to
Metroid
say was
on there.
Samus. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna say nope,
Nope.
that's not yours.
Yeah,
that's
he didn't.
not
He
it."
never played it. The
Mm-mm.
the star power from Mario. That's an armor. You pick it up. It goes.
And it gives him the
You're
rainbow
pretty
flashing.
warm.
I would go with the flower or the Tanuki suit.
Guy got it.
Yes.
It's totally the Tanuki.
Love
It
it.
absolutely is the
$20 or
Tanuki.
Love the Tanuki
That's true. I
suit.
do. I'll just Venmo you. So I fucking love the Tanuki one.
I do
remember
too,
there are
man.
so many great ones, but if you're wondering which one's that, it's the one in Super Mario 3. Gets the little leaf and he looks like a raccoon on there, but he can fly. The tail actually helps you slow down a little bit longer
As you fall.
as you fall. And then it wasn't in the first game, that they brought it in later editions in some of the comic books and stories where it can turn into stone also.
That was the Super
my
Mario
favorite.
Brothers 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
And you
my
could turn
favorite.
into stone in that game.
Oh, there was. That's right. You just had to push a weird
It
button
was
combo.
down in
like,
A or something like
I think
that.
it was down A forward or something, and you could turn to stone. So, super protective too on there, and just cute as shit.
It's adorable.
It's the most adorable goddamn Mario. Dude, I've been playing. I just beat Odyssey,
Nice.
and there are so many. I haven't found the Tanuki armor yet, but he had like a little samurai armor. He's got a zoot suit in there. He's got clown shit, a baseball one, a
Love it.
football one.
It's got
I
a-
got the
beach one.
16-bit one on there. It's amazing, man. It's
That's
so cute. All the
great.
different
That's
little Mario
great.
costume changes you can do, but I have not found a Tanuki yet.
It does exist in that series, though.
I don't think it does.
Oh, I'm actually curious. I
because
wonder.
the all the suits in there are just suits. You don't get like any extra
Sure.
power because of one or the other
Yeah,
in there. It's just for looks.
just a skin.
And like
Yeah.
certain ones, it's like there might be a level where you have to have this skin to get into it, but
Right.
it does. None of them give you any extra.
There is a
powers or
Tanuki
anything.
in Mario Kart. The Mario Kart.
Yes, there is.
Switch. Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Do you
And
always
that's the
race
one
as
that I
one?
always race. As,
Okay.
Yes.
And then I was going to also ask you, there is because I know you're big on Hot Wheels. There is a Mario Tanuki
I
Hot
haven't been
Wheels.
able to find it.
It's $17 on
Really?
Amazon.
Ugh.
Of course it
$17.
is. Of course it
My
is.
dumbass would probably pay $17 for a Tanuki Mario. Hot
I've got it on
Wheels.
my wish list, hoping that I can fool a relative into buying it for my son.
Right.
Well, buying it for me,
for,
really.
for my son.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate it. It's mine now.
Yeah, I don't know if a
Yeah.
lot of the people in the that listen to this know, but I've got like a little thing for Hot Wheels.
Just a little.
Just a small one. Yeah.
Tiny boner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Call it
It is tiny.
the,
The boner, not the. thing
we
for
call it
Hot
the
Wheels.
big chub. Yeah, that's what it is.
What was the quote last week? Dense a tuna can.
Oh, yeah. I can't
you
hit the
work
sides
really
of the
hard.
tuna can, but I sure can hit the bottom if it's dented up a little bit.
God damn.
That's funny.
So, all right.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Noise.
I think that kind of covers video games. I mean, there's tons of other stuff like Half-Life and
But like Halo, the
Yeah.
Mjolnir
You know,
one and
I would
stuff,
go,
that's pretty
man.
cool.
Honestly, Horizon Zero Dawn, Aloy's futuristic armor. That's probably one of my
the
favorite
shield
armors.
one that
Yeah,
pops up.
one
that
of my
one's-
favorite armor
She got a
sets.
lot of cool armors in that one. I dig that.
I dig hers. Yeah, she's got a lot of cool ones. So yeah, that'd be my video game mention.
Yeah, there's even like all of the Fallout like mech suits and stuff like that. But there's so many in video games that it's almost hard to get away from. So I don't know. We're just gonna leave it at that. But speaking of mech suits, did any of you guys have the District 9 Prawn battle suit on your list?
No, I fucking hate that movie.
I did
Oh,
not.
really? You don't like that movie?
He does not like it. No.
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah, you fucking would.
Yeah. Anyways, the end battle with the prawn mech suit, where the guy basically, because he's the only one that can control it, because he's turning into a prawn.
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 But no, it actually is.
But it's a really cool scene. I mean, there's like a moment in that movie where like he creates this orb where it essentially sucks all of the bullets that are being fired at him, like, and just magnetizes it, and like he can just shoot that as like a big shotgun blast at somebody else. Like there's some really cool moments in that movie.
No, it's a dope scene. Yeah, I get it.
So
Yeah, I think and I haven't even seen it, but I'd probably.
you
just
haven't
go with-
seen it and you hate it?
No. I have seen that. I haven't seen Elysium, and I just because I'm just not a big fucking fan of Neil Blomkamp because he's just shit on my chest so many times between fucking Chappie and District 9. I was done with him. But
I like District 9. Ever since then, I haven't really liked
really,
his
but I
stuff.
did want to watch Elysium, but I just haven't got around to it. But a lot of it that drew me to it. I don't know if you guys have seen it,
I've
but
seen it.
like
I have
the
seen
suit
it.
in it actually kind of looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks okay, but it's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, they drill it into his bone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've made a firm choice to have
Like,
this. Like
It's
that's a
permanent.
synaptic connection. Like it's drilled into your bone. It gets hurt. You get hurt. You're in it for
Is
life.
it rust
bro.
resistant? Can you still shower?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's got a chromoly coating on it. It's definitely oxidization free.
Yeah.
No, I watched it. I actually like that movie a lot. It's a pretty decent job with that film. I liked it.
There's
I dug
some
it.
really cool scenes. I don't know if it lived up to the hype.
Hmm.
So if you're gonna watch that movie, just go in with really low expectations, and I think you'll come out and be like, "All right, that was all right."
I would probably say that with any Neil Blomkamp movie, just
Yeah.
the lowest of expectations.
Well, and not, dude, I've honestly watched that movie in the past month, so I can tell you it was fun. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you
it depends on the person who's watched it.
Yeah.
If I'm going exoskeletons, I got two.
All right.
Number
Name 'em.
one, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when the gang dances their asses off.
God
When Cricket
damn.
comes in with his exoskeleton fucking dance. Dennis is like, he has like hydraulic fluid in his joints. And then he also took it from him. It was just like duct tape and fucking like, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Any suit with duct tape that gains respect. I mean, let's just say that right
Leave
off
it
the
to
bat.
Paula. Leave it to Paula.
And then second exoskeleton, Matrix, oh my gosh, I think I wrote it down. The armored personal units, APU.
Yeah,
Armored
that's
Personal
APU.
Units.
There you go. Yeah.
That
the
shit was
APUs.
that was a shit, dude.
That badass black guy killer.
Fucking, yeah. When Mafoni. Oh my God. Dude,
Killing
that
all the
was
squiddies.
intense.
Yeah.
I cried tears. I'm not going to lie, but I'm a big old bitch. So what are you going to do?
With a big old dick.
I
Yep.
hold you. That's
Oh,
all, dude.
thank
We
you.
held that dick as you cried.
You
yeah,
did.
And I was just like, dude, this is how do you walk around?
You can't.
All right, if we're going on exosuits, wait, you said you had two. Did you name the other
I
one?
You
already
did.
named those,
Okay,
yeah.
cool,
Are
cool,
you
cool.
listening?
Pay attention,
Fucking
I
Matrix
just
and
wanted to
all
make
his
sure I
sight.
wasn't walking over your stuff. All right. Avatar's the AMP, the Amplified Mobility Platform.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty sick. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're able to do in the next 4 sequels that we're going to get. I don't know, starting 2022?
Yeah,
They've
those
been
ain't gonna
delayed.
happen. I think they'll put one movie out and then we'll realize, oh fuck, these weren't as good as we hoped they were because the first one's kind of a,
It's fun.
dances with wolves in space.
A lot
Well,
of
yeah,
hype.
that's exactly what it is. But
A lot of hype.
it's still fun.
Yeah.
I hope the
I
writing room
guess.
that they have is able to come up with something more than that. But
Yeah. I don't know, man. I was super disappointed with Avatar because it took me a bit and the hype was all there and I watched it in 3D and I was just like,
You spent like 3 hours of your life just
Yeah.
walking. Yeah, I was the same way.
so I do have to ask, which 3D did you watch it in? Did you watch it in IMAX 3D? Did you watch it in digital 3D?
IMAX.
IMAX 3D. Okay.
Mhm. It just wasn't a good movie.
Was it
wasn't
here?
anything
Was
to
it
do.
here in Boise? Okay, the 3D did not blow your socks off because that was back when Boise had a actual IMAX projector. We were one of the last ones to convert to the digital IMAX.
Well, I'm going to stop you right there, buddy. It's not about the experience that he had. It's the plot line
was
of
the
the
plot line,
movie.
just-
It's
okay.
just the movie
content.
overall. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, visually, it's beautiful. There's no
Yeah.
two ways about that. But yeah, just there's dances with wolves in space and better budget, man.
All right. I'm glad you cut me off because I do have a bug up my butt about IMAX.
I saw
and-
that. Yeah.
and everything that kind of goes with it, and the digital version versus the film. And
I kind of hate 3D in general.
I love it.
I
love
just don't
3D.
think it's in any place right now that it's reasonable.
Yeah, I'm old
to
with those
happen.
guys, bro.
Yeah.
If
Did
I
any-
can't get engulfed in it, then
I will ask you guys this one question: did any of you guys see the Hobbit movies
Nope.
in high frame rate in 3D?
I'm not in 3D.
Okay.
I think the high frame rate hurt The Hobbit because you could see the glaring CGI issues in it.
The high frame rate hurt the Hobbit.
Also,
in that way,
general
if you
plot line.
didn't see it in 3D. In 3D, what the 3D technology does is it actually cuts the frame rate in half. So what it did was by framing it in the higher frame rate or shooting it in the higher frame rate and then converting it to 3D, what it did was it made it watchable and clean in 3D.
For those of you who've checked out
Oh.
right now on the Brewnomics podcast, please
apologize.
come back.
I did nerd out.
I just checked out what?
Yeah, that's all right. That's why I had to bring us back.
Well, I want to say when he said Avatar, I was like, shit. But I meant in my notes, I'm going through my notes quickly, apparently. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah.
When Toph, the Earthbender, the blind Earthbender,
Metal bends?
she's the first one in history to metal bend.
Right.
But she
Yeah.
also, along with Aang, they like to build like a rock armor around themselves
Super
when they
dope.
go into battle.
Yeah,
Dope as shit, dude.
Super
that is
dope.
Dope as
crazy,
shit.
crazy cool. So okay, so I triggered something at least. Well, the Avatar thing. All right.
No one's
That's
hard
cool.
though.
It's okay. It's okay.
Everybody's flaccid.
Can I only got a couple more. Are you guys good to go on a break, or do you need one before our next beer?
Do you? That's the second time you brought up a break.
Yeah, I feel like we should at this point.
Yeah, we should. I don't necessarily need it, but it's just how we do the show.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back, Brew Crew. Thanks. Cheers.
Yeah, I actually do have to tinkle too. It's all right. Sorry, Will. I just don't know, man. This is too much.
Which one? The Avatar?
No, just
No,
all
the
I've only
the
seen it
IMAX,
once.
the IMAX and the frame rate.
I've only
and
been to
all that stuff.
IMAX maybe once. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, it
Jeff,
was-
did you really Venmo me $20? You a-hole. I'm not gonna accept that.
Yeah, I say I'm gonna give it to him.
What up?
And then man ain't gonna welch on a bet.
God damn, I will not accept that. That's a silly
We
bet.
gotta- yeah, we do got an email, sir.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Yeah, I got it. I gotta go. We'll be right back, YouTube. Love you. Sorry, just
Yeah, you're okay.
Well, I gave you my alarm code. Touche. Well, I told them that's fine. You just got it. Well, and usually they'll. So whenever it goes off, you go to the you have to go to the alarm code and you have to punch in your alarm code twice. That's all. You have to do alarm code off, alarm code off. And they'll usually sometimes they'll still call, but it's like this is a non-emergency call. It should never happen.
just ring it out on that account to get my accessory attached with it. Perfect. So, like you said, it's for a while.
in the future, but that's per year and not very much.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She offered to do it.
Just waiting.
We're marking those with tape. Don't move them. Hey YouTube, we're still back. We're coming back. We're just setting everything else up. We're gonna try and make this real quick with
Fictional armors.
yeah, basically we're gonna do beer, wrap up our armor
We need a-
conversation, and then finish up with our last beer.
Yeah, sure.
We think.
I
But
need a set.
No, I'm good.
Well,
I got half. I'm good. Thank you though. Appreciate you, PK.
I've had beer.
We need to look up Titan coolers and all that stuff. See if we can't get like promos or whatever.
Oh, Daisy, where'd you come from?
Snuck in.
Yeah, she snuck in.
Hi,
She's
pupper
good at
dogs.
that.
Hi, pupper dogs. Come
Hello,
sit by me.
puppers.
Here's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
bitch.
Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Dude, she totally ran from you. She's like, "You're gonna lift that up?" No, I want out. Get me out.
She's not sure. Yeah. Oh,
Come here,
shit.
mama. You might probably just let her out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will.
she's-
She's walking around.
Be like, it's fucking hot in here, bro.
There you go, doggo.
I got no sweat glands.
She ran
Right?
real quick.
Exactly.
She's like, "You guys stink. Your balls are all sweaty."
So okay, 51 minutes right now. Everybody else got one at least, so we can kind of go off of for the two beers or for the two other beers. You can go two beer,
I have
two beer,
Let's see.
or
I have
Potentially, I have 5 I could go off.
I have 2.
everybody gets one.
Hmm.
1.5, or whatever we have at the end.
Can we have 2?
Vic, do you have
I
any?
don't care.
Yeah, I have more. I mean, I feel like two's maxing it out. I mean, if we're doing 2 beers, 2 more characters.
I got one more, which I don't mind saying out. The big bad Beetleborgs.
It's great, dude. Is it metallics?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Okay,
So
cool.
I've got
Side check.
the Mithril shirt, the Delta 6 Nano suit, the Caterpillar P5000, and Booster Gold.
The cat. I love the cat.
I have
But I can I can definitely cut 2 of those off and just do 2.
I have a Knight's Tale, and I wanted to do
nice.
either Gladiator by Ridley, the Ridley Scott one,
Never
Oh.
heard of it.
or just Thor, because I feel like we could have a good conversation about that, like his armors and how that's kind of moved, but I don't care as much.
I don't know. I say like two, beer, two people, and everyone else can feed off of that. What
Yeah.
other people are saying. Because we're at 51. We want to put at 115.
We're at 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. So beer. What I would say is beer. We can each have 2 if we have 2 beer and get the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever
That's
it may be.
that's what I like.
Yeah.
Beer, do 2, beer, get it. GTFO.
Okay.
All right. Who's bringing us back?
Partly metal, partly real.
Oh, I'll
God
bring us
damn, I gotta
back.
watch that shit again. I fucking love that shit.
Man, machine.
Dude, you don't
Power
understand,
extreme.
man. You do not understand my love for the Silverhawks. It's great.
All right, those are going.
Those are going. We're all going.
Whenever
you're Count down.
ready.
All right, we're counting down in 3, 2, 1.
And now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the episode. I don't know why I looked at Vic the whole time I said that.
I locked eyes with you from across the room.
I'm gonna down my drink while the rhythm booms. All right, so it is time for our I tap that. Ooh, good pop.
pop.
Segment, which is, of course, since we're an Idaho-based podcast, we have to have at least one beer from Idaho and decide if we would tap it, as in a keg. Are we going to drink it again? Are we excited about it? Do we want more of it? Do we want to tell our friends? Do we want to tell our families?
Do I want to sing on the rooftops about it? Do I have an interaction about it? Do I need to make statements about it to the newspaper? Do I need to post about it? Maybe to social media, TikTok?
Exactly.
Do you freeze it and ice skate on it and then melt it and then drink
Winter
it?
and drink
You
it.
never know.
All
Am I willing to spend $50 to have this in my garage, cold, on tap, whenever I want?
So this is going to be an interesting one. To me, this is from Mother Earth Brewing, originally from Vista, California, now out of Nampa, Idaho. Still in both. My understanding soon will be just the Idaho one.
Yeah, I believe they're keeping their tap room down in SoCal, and that's it.
So this is the part of their Project X, a beer plus art endeavor. This is called Alone in Space, Hazy Oatmeal India Pale Ale, featuring Sabro, Galaxy, Mosaic, and El Dorado hops.
El Dorado.
I really feel like 4 hops is too many in a beer.
It's a lot of hops.
I don't know why you'd ever need more than 2.
There's other flavors you can
I'm
get.
not a fucking
you can
brewer
pull.
though, so whatever. But it still always seems.
You're
to be
gonna
that
learn.
much.
You're gonna learn.
It's all
We'll see.
alchemy.
6.9%. That's what I got. Beautiful label. It definitely got a nice, awesome little space theme, almost like the atmosphere off of Mars or something like that.
Yeah, it's a really, really beautiful like painting background that you have that was converted. Jerry, why don't you see if you can see if they give a shout out to the artist that did that on the can while I read off the Untapped. Alone in Space by Mother Earth Brewing Company comes in at 746 check-ins at the time of this recording with 653 ratings. This is giving a average rating of 3.96. And yeah, I don't know.
So original artwork by Gail Richards. You can go to gailrichardsart.com.
Awesome.
And I just spun it if you're watching live because it says to view in all of its glory, rotate and spin starting here.
As the world turns.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
That's cool.
Man, boy, is this a hazy? You put a flashlight too, and you wouldn't be able to see through it. Man, it is yellow, but that is hazy.
It's definitely light.
It is definitely light diffused over space, which is pretty fantastic. I like the way they did that.
It's got a nice smell to it. Real fruity, citrusy, gentle smell. I
Get
like the way it smells a lot.
Get a little pine nettles, which is interesting.
Pine
Yeah.
nettles?
Very much. Although it's smooth in its finish.
Okay, I could see that. A little citrusy, a little piney, a little danky.
It's extremely Northwest, but extremely smooth at the end. You don't get that bitter like cringe that you normally would have with a very traditional Northwest.
I love the
IPA.
way this smells.
It's great. I love the way it smells.
It's
It
been a
tastes.
long time since I've said this, but this should be in like a man body wash or soap or something like that. It'd be nice.
It runs a nice balance, honestly. I mean, it's got a nice effervescence to it, but it's balanced out really well with just a nice clean mouthfeel. It doesn't stay too long. Just shakes your hand, tells you had a great day, loves your hair, and then says goodnight.
Run its fingers through your hair a little bit.
Doesn't even do that. It doesn't have time for it.
Just tells you your hair looks nice.
It's just a good day.
You're having a good hair day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Exactly.
This is good, man. I wonder what the oatmeal aspect of it is.
I would say that has to do with the finish in
Yeah.
terms of giving it more of that just clean, smooth kind of flush out of your palate.
Yeah, it's that good balance of that malty quality there too, because of that mouthfeel. Nice pick there. It's good.
Yeah. It's not overly fluffy though.
No, it's not.
Just fluffy enough.
It's just like center mass doing itself a good job. I'm gonna rate this right now, dude. This is a 4 for me. This is a solid piece.
I like a good solid piece.
I think from the aroma, you think it's going to be a bit more fluffy than it is when you actually drink it, and it it finishes. I guess in my opinion, like more like an IPA without the bite.
Yeah.
I was looking more for the oatmeal isness, and I thought I smelled that, but really Vic was right. It is the piney needles that I'm sniffing right now. I do quite like it. I will give it a 3.75. I will tap it. What do you think, Vic?
I'll definitely tap it, man. Yeah. 6.9. It's great.
I'm going to tap this as well. I'm right there with Vic. I'm going to give it a 4. You guys have already described everything that I was going to say about it. So I think it's getting tapped. Jerry?
Well, it is at that. No, I'm with Paul on this one, 3.75. I like that. I don't know if I could quite go a 4 up to it. It either needs something more or something less.
It's pretty close though overall, I would say. PK, do you remember how much you paid for this? I know it's been sitting
This
in
was
Jerry's
a gift
fridge for a
from
while.
a coworker. He's like, I know
Oh.
you do a beer podcast. The guy I play soccer with brews their beer. He gave me this. Here you go.
Hold on, you play soccer?
My coworker does.
Oh, okay.
With the guy who brews their beer.
Yeah. Vic's like, why have you been hiding this from us?
Obviously, I play soccer. Look at this body. All right. I mean,
was-
come on.
I was gonna
surprised,
say, dude,
man.
he's the goalie. Easily.
Oh,
I'm fucking kicker.
way to
Heyo.
stereotype,
You
bro.
just said
Yeah.
you're the
No.
size of a soccer goal, Paula.
No. Goalies have to be way in shape. They have to dive. They're like the most balls out on the field.
Solid save, Will. Yeah.
I play that soccer arcade game when you kick the ball into the fucking thing. You guys remember that?
I do.
A little bit.
I do.
You
I
pay
remember-
like $275 to play that game.
Oh yeah, I Charlie Browned that shit, bro. But yeah, 375, and I would tap it for sure. Good beer.
That is a good beer. I
Thank you,
see what
Mother
you're.
Earth.
I see, exactly. Although I do see what you're saying, Jerry. With it, it needs something, or it needs something taken from it.
Mhm.
I see what you're saying there.
I'm not sure what.
Not sure either.
Right.
I'm gonna say it needs something.
Mm-hmm.
That's my gut.
I would say it needs something less.
Okay,
Take out a hop.
interesting.
Okay.
Because
Or
there are
something.
4 involved.
The spiciness you're getting, I'm getting a little bit of spiciness on the back of my throat now after a couple drinks.
It's a hint, bro. Like it's riding such a middle of the road situation.
Kind of like a floral spice
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. And I can taste that. 2 senses.
Just had to swallow.
All right. All in all, not too bad. Mother Earth, pretty good beer.
never a
We
disappointment.
tap it apparently.
Yeah. We
tapped
So
it.
yeah,
We
there you
tapped
go.
it.
Unanimous.
Congratulations, Mother Earth, because that, even though we try, it doesn't always happen.
No, that does not. Okay, so let's move on and kind of finish up here with a little bit more of our fictional almost. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm going to go with a little bit of an oddball here because I guess it's I'm going to call it an armor. Totally. It's not full body armor. It's just torso armor. But from Lord of the Rings, what Frodo wears, also if you're a Hobbit, what Bilbo wears, it's Bilbo's mithril shirt, which of course you can see in the first movie before he goes on it
Fellowship of the Ring.
yeah.
Is the movie.
Yeah, it was the Fellowship, the first one. And he just gets this beautiful dragon scale chainmail, beautiful white silver kind of color underneath it that prevents him from being stabby and stuff.
It's handy.
Yeah,
And
he
slashy.
gets stabbied and he
Mhm.
survives.
Because of the armor. And it's just gorgeous. And I've got to throw in something from Lord of the Rings. There's so much, a lot of cool armor in there.
Everything in that movie is so intricate.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
amazing. Like look at Elrond's armor, look at the Witch King's armor,
Mhm.
even his helmet is
Mhm.
just amazing. All of the details that they spared no expense.
Yeah, especially Elrond's, man. That one was awesome. And then I really liked, oh God, I'm spacing on his name, Carl Urban's character in that, like his helmet and armor too. was pretty
Aramir?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Aramir.
Sure.
Arwen was his sister. You're gonna look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Moving away from that, I'm gonna stick with the old timey kind of feel. I have to give a quick shout out to the movie A Knight's Tale, where Sir William wore his upgraded armor, and I love the story that's behind that. They found the only lady blacksmith in town and was like, yeah, all the other blacksmiths like mock you. They said your work is crap, and but we could prove them wrong if you make me some armor for free. And she did. She's like, fine, I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
Mm-hmm. That was great too. And they got
Love
made
that.
And, people made fun of them. And then the armor was put to test and they were like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's lighter, it's stronger, and it looked badass.
You more. Yeah. You're
I
right.
love that you actually went with a medieval armor. I was trying to think of a really solid one, but that's an awesome pick, man. Nicely
Thank you.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anybody else got anything else?
If we're going with weird armors, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Silver Surfer.
Noise.
Is that an armor?
It is. So the Silver Surfer is encased in what is known as a galactic glaze, and so because Norton Rad is from the planet Zenla. He's just a basic human being, a bipedal humanoid. And so he decides to save his planet. And the way that he does that is by pledging himself to a one Galactus. And Galactus decides to galactically glaze Norton Rad and gives him a board known as his surfboard of the galaxy that is also in a galactic glaze, if you will.
And he also does not get his fucking power from the board.
He does not.
He does not.
We are
I'm
well aware.
Still
of that.
so angry
Yeah.
about
He does
that.
not. He does not.
He does not.
I have to bring that up again. So a galactic glaze
Yes.
with Galactus being so big, does that just mean like he covers them in cum?
Basically, that's what I
I
thought.
feel like it's like a teardrop.
That's how I read it. That's how I read it. I mean, I didn't understand anything else. Yeah.
With
Which,
this skeet, it would be like a whole planet.
which is weird. Like he's basically invulnerable. I read a particular instance where Norton Rad actually went to the beginning of time. So
Been there.
been there. Yeah. He was
Not much there. Right?
he
Yeah.
became 13.8 billion or trillion years old. I'm sorry that he's as old as the universe because he went to the beginning of time and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking wait it out till people catch up to me again. So he did. So he's like 13.8 trillion years old.
Really?
Insane.
Huh.
I love this Silver Surfer. He's got the craziest story.
I'm going to take some time and meditate.
Basically, he watched the universe form. He watched the universe form.
How does this guy not have his own official comic book movie yet?
He should.
He totally should.
Politics.
He
Well, for
totally
the
should.
longest time, it was rights issues,
Yeah.
right? Between Fox and Marvel, and
Yeah. Marvel sold off like
Whoever, but-
90% of their intellectual
now
properties.
that Disney has it all.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully, it's phase 5?
There are a lot of people pushing for it. A lot of people really want a Silver Surfer, but it's also got to be hard to do.
Script.
There are some of the best comic book characters are really hard to translate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Silver Surfer being one. I think that's also part of the reason we've had such an issue with Gambit too. Great character, really hard to transition into the silver screen, I imagine. I think there are a lot we could go about that sometimes that translation just
It's not going to work.
mhm.
I get that. Yeah. I'm all right with it. But I mean, if there's
I'm
a
just
positive
thinking
way.
with everything that they're pushing forward towards more of a galaxy approach or a space approach with the MCU.
Mhm.
They have to be headed in that direction.
Well, and part of me wonders if the next big bad is going to be like a Galactus.
I wouldn't say your next big bad. I would think the big bad after that.
Who would you think the next big bad is?
Oh, don't get me started, man. There's lots of possibilities.
Well, stop it then.
I'm
Stop
The
it.
cars in park, we're not going anywhere.
Stop it.
cool.
What do you think, Paula?
Well, when we thought armors, I have to bring these guys up on our Saban Power Rangers kick. The big bad Beetleborgs.
Big bad Beetleborgs.
Metallics.
Yeah.
That's who I'm talking about, not
Love
the
it.
original.
Talking about the
Talking
metallics. There you go.
Mainly because the original armor showed a lot of their circuitry. Like if they got hit, like you can ruin their armor.
Short
But
circuit.
metallics, it was all smooth and just like
Metallic.
plated. Yeah, like, oh, you got hit, but we're not going to destroy your armor. And that's that was just a lot of fun for me. And also the B-Bag Beetleborgs Metallics actually did a crossover with the Power Rangers Turbo comic
Yep.
to where they fought each other
Oh,
because their villains had made them believe that they were the villains, but then they realized they were just all teenagers with attitude who were the good guys. And also, fun fact, the Big Bad Beetleborgs, I want to say doppelganger bad guys in an episode were brought into a Power Rangers episode as bad guys as well because they had to reuse the costumes. Watched a lot of Power Rangers. I can't remember the actual episode, but that shit happened all the time.
Oh, I
Just
believe.
I-
recycle costumes.
I'm feeling like I remember that, but I can't remember specifically.
Hell yeah, you remember that though.
Yeah,
I
do,
haven't
though.
read it yet, but there is also just a team up versus whatever comic book series that came out that's Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's amazing. And the turtles get their own Power Ranger outfits, and then the Power
Really?
Rangers become Ninja Turtles.
That's
yeah, it's
amazing.
pretty great.
That's amazing. I'll
Pretty
have to
great.
check that out. All right, so my last one, because it makes one of the most badass women in all of action, all of sci-fi, all of horror, even more badass. I mean, we can't go without talking about the Caterpillar P5000 exosuit from Aliens.
Also known as
But-
the power loader.
The power loader, absolutely, because it just leveled the playing field for Ripley, and she was able to take out Xenomorph because of it. I mean, some of the physics don't necessarily line up in that movie there, but either way, it's so iconic. It's so badass. The way they did it, just, I mean, Sigourney Weaver, man.
Dude, it's iconic in sci-fi horror film history, bro.
Absolutely.
Solid pick, man.
I just feel like we can't go
You
on
can't.
here without bringing up the power loader,
Is it-
aka Caterpillar P5000.
Is anyone going to argue that Aliens is the best movie in that franchise?
I mean, I don't think it's an argument. I think it's a cold hard fact.
Yeah, it's how it. Yeah, it's a fact, bro.
Okay.
I will fight you.
Okay, great. Just making sure we're all on the same page.
Sounds good.
There's no way.
I love that Caterpillar is still a construction company in the future.
For
Though.
real.
That's awesome, dude. That is so awesome to me. I love it.
Well, Weyland Yutani is a combination between like Weyland Toyota or something like that in the first Alien. So
Interesting.
totally, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You got me there.
yeah. I don't know. I've looked into the lore pretty hard on that franchise, but
I love it, man. I do.
moving on. What next beer do we have, Jerry?
All right. Yeah, we're running a little late on this. Appreciate you guys sticking through our tangents here. I hope people just love that I do that every time I crack open a beer. This
my ringtone.
is a beer. I gotta make sure I don't spill it.
Oh, you did a Jerry pour.
That's a beautiful pour. Life Above Hazy.
This is from Sun River Brewing Company. I got this at Growler Guys. I was just over there one day and picked up a growler of it. I think I got it for around $11.50, something like that. It might still be there, might not. It is, essentially a New England IPA or hazy IPA, if you will. It is coming in at 6.8% and 40 IBUs. And Untapped has this at 415 check-ins with 375 ratings. It says our latest and greatest hazy IPA is built around an experimental hop, HBC 586. So this hop doesn't even have a name yet. It says this hop is both complex and very expressive. You will find hoppy notes of pink lemonade, mango, lychee, and coconut. The hops included are Citra, Mosaic, and HBC 586.
Yeah, interesting. It's so cool how many new types of hops have developed in like the last 10 years. Which is the
I
reason
know,
why we have
right?
hazy IPAs, because the hops didn't exist until relatively recently.
Brewing has just exploded, and the amount of like actual like botanical engineering that they
Mhm.
have done with the hop flower and fruit and herb is just amazing.
It really
is cool.
Well, I mean, you can see it in beer and marijuana. It's neat. Legalize it. Hey, they're cousins. But it's true. I saw this meme the other day that was like, stoners back in the day. I don't know, it's fine, but it'll get you high. Stoners now. Oh, what's the turpentine content? What's the THC? Let me look it up on Leafly. And I feel like it's so the same with beer too. It'll get you drunk versus like, oh, what's the IBU? What's the hops? What's the
Dude,
ABV?
I got curious about it. Like, look at this. Like, this is HBC 586. It's a spider web quality of
Holy
just
crap.
what it looks like. It is a derivation of two other experimental hops. Like, it's a meta experiment.
That's
yeah,
it,
there's
it's so
definitely
cool,
some
man.
cross pollination going on there. What website did you pull that up on?
Just
Google.
Googs, man. Yeah, that's all
Just
I
go,
did.
you just
You just
Googled
Googled the hop
HBC
Lit- that,
586.
that was the PDF. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going from oatmeal hazy on our last one to more of a kind of traditional hazy with a new hop in there.
About the same color, really.
I think it smells a lot dankier, a lot less fruity.
Yeah.
You really get that
Lot
pine
dankier,
in there.
Yeah, there's a lot more dank on the nose. Definitely juicy in taste, though. I'll give it that.
It's a hazy.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? It is a fucking hazy.
Less effervescent than our previous beverage.
But just a hazy.
Just a hazy. Yeah.
I don't know if the HBC
Yeah.
586. Huh. I wonder what HBC stands for.
I thought it was like an acronym for something else. I was like, this means something else, but I was like, no, it's literally just
Gotta come up with something.
just
Hopping big cocks.
just a basic
Work on that.
vegetation
Get back to
name.
Yeah.
Good old binomial nomenclature.
Good old hot big cock. Now, if it is lychee, as I drink it and as I in the mouthful with it, I feel like I have had a lychee.
What is a lychee?
It's a Asian dessert, which is kind of like gelatin with a little bit of like juice in it, and you kind of squirt it in your mouth. Yeah,
Right.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I was like,
okay.
I fucking swear I know what that is, but I can't put it up there. Okay.
And it feels like it in the mouthfeel.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'll trust the Asian on that.
Yeah.
Is it a style? Is lychee a style or a fruit?
It's a type of dessert.
It's a type of dessert.
Yes,
Okay.
It's like pudding, but not as heavy.
I would say it's more like a shot of dessert with like fruit filling. Not it's more gelatinish,
Okay.
and it gives you more of a refreshing feel after you have it. It's literally like a shot. You
Okay.
just pop it in your mouth, and it's like juice and gelatin
Is this like
with a little bit
similar?
of fruit.
Like, would you
Like a mochi or something?
would you
Almost,
similar
yes.
to like a bubble tea in that sense?
More close to that, yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you there. Sorry. All right. Had to get there. Thank you.
Or you know.
Now I want to try some lychee.
For real.
Go to the Asian market, dude. They sell them by the bag full. You know, I
I'll have
grew
you,
up on
I'll
these
have
things.
you take me. That's how. That's
Any
how
Asian
the
market. But I'll go. yeah, I'll come with
only
you.
way it will happen is if you take me. I swear.
Yeah, you do need an Asian person to come with you to the Asian market.
It helps.
Apparently, I know the password.
Thank you.
You need to share.
Is
Sorry.
It changes from day to day, but that will get you in any day.
That's just, I know you guys couldn't see that, but that was the Big Trouble Little China.
Exactly.
So Jerry could also take me apparently, but
ETLC,
good,
bro.
good
Yeah.
to know.
I've got Asian tattoos done by a white guy. Pretty close.
Pretty close. That's pretty much
technically,
every.
I guess he's half white, half Mexican, but that doesn't help the Asian case.
What do you guys rate this beer?
Color people.
His only color comes from the tattoos on him.
I was gonna say, as we ignore everything that has just been said for the last 8 minutes, what do you guys rate the beer?
I rate
forgot.
this a 3.
Oh, just another hazy for you.
Just another hazy for me, man.
It is. I'm
Okay.
intrigued by the copper color can that you have. It's not a normal growler color to me on the outside. I'm gonna go with 325. It's intriguing to me. I like what it's doing.
They were out
juicy.
of their branded.
The growler guys. Bronze,
Yeah, they're out of their branded crowlers. Is it where the 32-ounce crowler can?
I mean, I like that one. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's cool. It just has some nondescript writing on it, just so you can at least identify it before you open it.
Do you ever notice when somebody writes on a crowler, it's as if a kindergarten learned how to write for the first time?
Yes, every time.
So I imagine it's not easy to write on a surface like a
100%.
growler.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to call out where. It wasn't these guys. It was another growler shop. A few weeks ago, I went and picked up 3 crowlers. 2 of the beers were grossly misspelled.
Oh man,
Bad.
that's tough.
Kind of like definitely written by a kindergartner that only heard the word, never actually seen it spelled out.
Not even understanding the phonetic
yeah,
spelling.
That's
of it.
one of those
Yeah.
things. Like with memes nowadays, like people just keep misspelling words on
I
memes.
will, no matter what the meme is, I will not like, share, appreciate, or contribute to a meme where the motherfuckers don't understand grammar or spelling. We have a language. There's a reason we follow it. If you don't, you look like a goddamn moron. I am one of those people that's a bit of a grammar asshole, I guess you could say, but it's not that fucking hard.
Oh, you're a
No,
grasshole.
you have spell
Yeah.
check on your phone too, for crying out loud.
For real.
Yeah.
It tells you the right word.
For
Figure it out.
real.
You're
If you
working overtime.
if you don't have the Chrome extension Grammarly installed on Chrome to just help you type and know how to spell things, like
Or the amazing thing is, if you don't know how to spell it, you have this little, no matter if you have an iPhone or an Android, in your little text box there's a little thing that looks like a microphone. You tap it and you speak into your fucking phone and it'll spell the word for you so your dumb ass doesn't have to worry about it.
that's also 100% true.
Technology is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Fucking be smarter about how you do things.
And I've just done that because there are certain words I'm like, I don't know how to spell that. And I try to swipe it and auto type it. And I'm so far off. Like, it's not even picking it up. So I'll just hit the microphone and speak into it.
How many times did you have to do that for Armor on this episode?
I know how to spell armor.
Okay, just checking.
I had to do it for when Paula was texting us this morning about his samosa experience. I always have a hard time spelling diarrhea.
That's
So I'm
true.
just sitting there trying to text. I'm just in the back of my store, just like hitting the voice. I'm like, diarrhea.
There's a hidden H there somewhere. I understand. Yeah.
Diarrhea. I got it now.
Nailed
There
it.
you go. We'll put you in the spelling bee. We'll put you in
PK, you
spelling
doing
bee.
okay over there?
It's important
Yeah.
to stay hydrated.
With this particular beer, I appreciate what they're doing.
We're still rating.
3.75.
All right.
I do like it. I do like the aspect of what I was saying about beforehand.
Thank
Great.
you. I got
I'm-
lost.
I'll just wrap us up. I got a 3.5 on this beer. I think it's great. I don't think it's quite as good as that Alona Space. They are very different for what you're looking for. I like the piney notes of the Alona Space from Mother Earth, but the dankiness of the Life Above Hazy, just that calls to me. So it's a great beer. It's solid 3.5. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap up.
I think it's about that time.
Yeah,
to
we
break
got
forth the rhythm and the rhyme.
other stuff. We got to prepare for a whole nother
I'm gonna
show.
get mine.
Potentially,
Get yours. I want to see sweat.
we don't
coming out your
have
pores.
license for that music, Jerry.
We'll be
What,
fine.
what music? What are you talking?
What?
He's just saying
He
words.
just made a TikTok. Don't
Exactly.
worry
The
about it.
lyrics.
I just made that up just now. Is that a thing?
Oh, really?
It's fine.
No, of course we don't have license for that music.
So yeah, coming up around the corner here, theoretically, the next time after this you listen to us, we should have a couple great interviews coming up. So make sure you check out and follow our friends, The Lounge at the End of the Universe. Go to their Patreon, support them. They've been great to us. They're one of the few places in Boise that support a lot of events that you can't get, that they make sure they do the social distancing, the practicing, make it all virtual, whatever it may be. They've been great supports for us, for musicians, for comedians, for whatever it may be. And there aren't a lot of places like that right now. So please, please, please go to Lounge at the End of the Universe on Facebook, Patreon, whatever. Just give it a Google. Support those guys. They need it. We need it. Our city needs it. The people that rely on entertainment for their income need it. So go check those guys out because, again, they've really helped us in a lot of ways. But coming up there, we should have, or we're going to have a pretty cool interview with our friends from Powder House at a Garden City, and then Merriweather Cider. So another non-beer person, but if you're into our interview, but if you're into cider, I don't think, and maybe they're local, I'm biased, but they're the best cider company I've ever had, hands down.
Amazing.
So I'm really excited for both of those. So stay tuned. Again, make sure you're following us because we're about to do our White Dog Brewing giveaway announcements on Facebook and Instagram. And please check out that interview with Dan, who is more of a man than you are.
100%, dude. Yeah. Dan would kick my butt.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a big boy.
But I think that's pretty much it. So we appreciate you guys. Be good to each other. Drink good beer. Please support local. Until next time, I'm Jerry.
I'm William.
I've been Vic.
I'm Paula.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, I gotta piss again.
Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to end on everything.
All right, we're ending. Bye-bye.
We're ending.